So now a fresh video, compound vapor compression refrigeration system, compound vapor compression refrigeration system. So that multi-stage compression and its necessity. Why multi-stage compression is required? Why it is necessary? The vapor compression refrigeration system employing a single stage compressor are essentially suitable for low delivery pressure. In situation where delivery pressure has to be large, the pressure ratio would become high. High pressure ratio more than 4 occur when either high condensing temperature are required or very low evaporative temperature are desirable. In such case, the compression of the vapor refrigeration is a single compression would entail heavy operating loss. As such, low volumetric efficiency. Second loss, compression work becomes more. Thirdly, high compression discharge pressure temperature which may damage the lubricating system. Fourth, compressor has to be of robust construction so that cylinder valve can withstand high pressure, and that add to the capital cost. To overcome these aspects, it is considered advantage to have compound or multi-stage compression system where compression is carried out in more than one cylinder. The cylinders are arranged in series one after another. The gas after compression in the first cylinder and before entering the next cylinder is cooled at constant pressure by some suitable method. The cooling process is called intercooling. Multi-stage compression with interstage cooling in an effective method of reducing compression work by working on isentropic close to saturation curve. Advantage of multi compression system. What are the various advantages? Why we go for the multi-stage multi compression system? The first advantage that for the multi compression system is advantage first, that is the improvement in the volumetric efficiency of the compressor. Secondly, reduction in the work input to the compressor. This is achieved by cooling of compressed refrigerant vapor before it compresses to in the succeeding stage. Thirdly, low operating temperature, and consequently there is little chance of lubricant problem. Figure is given over here. We have got two compressors at a time. See the figure. We have got two compressors at a time. That low cycle and high upper cycle. Low, this separate compressor, and this is flash chamber. Gas is coming here over here, then it is going to the second compressor. So this is your multi-stage vapor compression refrigeration system. Two compressors are being provided. Here also we have got in the lower figure, if we can see, there is again two compressors over here. One has got the evaporator over here, flash chamber is there, then another compressor is above that. So two compressor, multi-stage compressors are there. Now we have been dealing with the advantage. So the fourth advantage of multi-stage compression system. Leakage loss is minimum due to the better cylindrical lubrication. Leakage loss is minimum due to better cylindrical lubrication and reduces pressure and reduced pressure difference across the two sides of the piston and valve. Then next, when refrigerant vapor is being compressed in one cylinder, there is suction in the other cylinder. This provides more uniform torque with consequent reduction in the size of the flywheel. For the same reason, the mechanical balance is more perfect. Number 6. The compressing machine has a lighter construction. Further, since the operating temperature are lower, cheaper material can be used for construction. These aspects result in saving of the material and cost of the construction. Cost of the construction also reduces. Increase in refrigerating effect and COP of the system, and multi-stage compression has increased number of parts and the unit become complicated. That requires more initiative, investment and maintenance cost. However, this gets neutralized by considerable saving in the operation cost in terms of energy consumed in running the compressor. Now two-stage compression with liquid intercooler. One liquid intercooler is there. Two-stage compression is being done. Two-stage compression, liquid intercooler is there. One compression stage is this one. From evaporator, the gas is being compressed over here. Then it is passing through the compressor and it is coming into the liquid intercooler. Here, if at all there is liquid at all, it is being settled over here, and gas only passes through the to the high pressure compression, and then condensation, and then expansion valve is there, and from expansion valve the liquid passes through intercooler, and then from intercooler to expansion valve another one, then to evaporator of the first one. On PS diagram, PS diagram, it has been shown over there. There is the liquid line, saturated liquid line and saturated vapor line. First compression 1 to 2 compression is taking place. Then it is being cooled up to 3 in the liquid intercooler. Then again it is being compressed 3 to 4 in the second compressor. Then de-superheating from 4 to this point, and that is condensation up to 5, and from 5 that is expansion is taking place in the expansion valve, and at 6 it is coming, expansion is taking place at the 2 point, here and here also, and then it is coming at point 1. So the two part of the system has been shown over here. The main component of the system are an evaporator, a low pressure compressor, a liquid intercooler, a high pressure compressor, a condenser and expansion valve. These are the various equipment which are being used. Then we have got here operation sequences. What are the various operation sequences which are taking place over here? Operation sequence 1 to 2, isentropic compression of the saturated vapor. Isentropic compression of the saturated vapor is taking place. Supplied from the evaporator, from the suction evaporator, pressure PC, PE to intermediate pressure PI in the low pressure compressor. At exit from the compressor, the refrigerant vapor is in the superheated condition, state 2 superheated condition, refrigerant. Then cooling or de-superheating of the superheated vapor leaving the low pressure compressor. The cooling medium in the liquid intercooler is the liquid refrigerant from the condenser. At exit from the liquid intercooler, the refrigerant is in saturated vapor condition. Then isentropic compression of the dry saturated vapor refrigerant from intermediate or intercooler, pressure PI to the condenser, pressure PE in the high pressure compressor. Then condensation of the high pressure refrigerant in the condenser at constant pressure PE. During condensation, the state of refrigerant changes from superheated vapor to saturated liquid over here. Then thereafter the liquid refrigerant is passed on to the intercooler, in which a portion of the liquid refrigerant evaporates. The heat of vaporization is supplied through desuperheating of the superheated vapor refrigerant fed to the intercooler from low pressure compressor. The float valve provided in the system serves to maintain a safe liquid level in the intercooler and ensures supply of liquid free vapor to the high pressure cylinder. Then expansion of the liquid refrigerant from the condenser in the expansion valve process 5-6, and it is subsequently evaporated in the evaporator to saturated vapor condition, and that the complete the cycle. इस तरह से cycle complete होता है. अब now we will take now analysis of the system. Now we are going to analyze the system. M1 mass flow rate of the refrigerant through low pressure compressor or evaporator. M2 mass flow rate of the refrigerant through the high pressure compressor or condenser. M3 mass of the liquid evaporator in the intercooler. M3 is equal to M2 is equal to M1. This is your intercooler. Now entering from condenser M2H5, and another entering to compressor from low pressure compressor M1H2. Now from intercooler the outgoing, that is M1H1 to evaporator, and M2H3 to high pressure compressor. This is the balance. We will take the energy balance for this intercooler, thermal intercooler. With reference to this, the state thermal equilibrium of the liquid intercooler provides heating energy entering the intercooler to heat energy leaving the intercooler. M2H5 is here, plus M1H2 is here, is equal to M1H6 is here, and M2H3 is here. So equating the equations, and M2 can be written as M1 H2 minus H6 divided by H3 minus H5 is equal to M1 H2 minus H5 divided by H3 minus H5. H6 is equal to H5. H6 is equal to H5. So M3 will be M2 minus M1. We can write at the place of M2 this equation: M1 H2 minus H5 divided by H3 minus H5 minus M1. M1 कॉमन ले लिया हमने, तो हमारे पास बचा H2 minus H3 divided by H3 minus H5. That is the value of M3. Referring to the effect, heat absorbed in the evaporator, M1 into H1 minus H6 is equal to M1 into H1 minus H5. So if the load on the evaporator is equivalent to Q tons of refrigeration, and since 1 ton of refrigeration equal to heat absorption is equal to 3.3 kilojoule per second, so M1 into H1 minus H5 is equal to 3.5 Q, or M1 can be given 3.5 Q upon H1 minus H2 kg per second. Second, power required to drive the system, that is the work input low pressure compression and work input to high pressure compression, both. So M1 into H2 minus H1 is equal to M2 into H4 minus H3. Coefficient of performance plus power required to drive the compressor system, that is M1 into H2 minus H1 plus M2 into H4 minus H3. Then coefficient of performance of the system COP, refrigerating effect upon the work input by the both compressor. Refrigerating effect M1 into H1 minus H4 divided by M1 into H2 minus H1 plus M2 into H4 minus H3, and load on the condenser M2 is equal to H3 minus H5. Okay, so in that way the energy balance for the intercooler has been shown over here. Now two-stage compression with water intercooler and liquid subcooler. This is somewhat little different. Water intercooler and liquid subcooler. So we have got shown in the schematic diagram of the different component of the two-stage compression with water intercooler and liquid subcooler. Amongst pH diagram of the processes involved, the main component of the system are evaporator, low pressure compressor, water intercooler, a high pressure compressor, a condenser, a liquid subcooler and an expansion valve. Now operation we can see. This is the figure of the two-stage compression. Figure given over here. Figure two-stage compression with water intercooler. So we will give the detail. Operation sequence, that is isentropic compression of saturated vapor supplied from the evaporator from the suction pressure P E to intermediate pressure Pi in the low pressure compression. At exit from the compressor, the refrigerant vapor is in superheated condition. Cooling or desuperheating of the superheated vapor leaving the low pressure compressor. This cooling is at constant pressure and is accomplished in the water intercooler where cooling medium is from the external source. At exit from the water cooler, the refrigerant is still in the superheated condition corresponding to the state plant 3.3. Okay, then number 3.5, and that is 3.4, isentropic compression of the refrigerant vapor from the intermediate pressure Pi to the condenser pressure Pc in the high pressure compressor. Then 4.5, condensation of the high pressure refrigerant in the condenser at constant pressure Pc. During condensation, the state of refrigerant changes from superheated vapor to superheated liquid condensation way. Then subcooling of the saturated liquid refrigerant by passing it through a liquid subcooler. The temperature reduction occurs at constant pressure. Then expansion of the liquid refrigerant from the subcooler in an expansion valve and its subsequent evaporation in the evaporator to saturated vapor condition. Now we have got the chart over here. This is the process. We have got the two compressors over here. One compressor, low pressure compressor and high pressure compressor. Both the compressor are connected with the intercooler. First one, from the evaporator, gas is coming to the compressor number 1, which is going to through point 2 to water intercooler. Temperature is reduced, then to 3 and then enter into the compressor number 2. Then from 4 it goes to the condenser. 4 to 5 is condensation. Then 5 to 6 is liquid subcooler. Liquid is being subcooled. Then from 6 to 7 expansion valve and then again to evaporator. Again from evaporator it goes to compressor number 1, low pressure compressor. Let us see on the pH diagram also. pH diagram we have got. This is the saturation liquid line. This is your saturation vapor line. Now from 1 to 2, compression is taking place in the first compression. Then 2 to 3, it is being water intercooled, only 2 to 3. Then from 3 it is again being compressed. Then it goes to the 5 condensation and 5 to 6, mind it, 5 to 6 it is being liquid is being subcooled, but it is going beyond the saturation curve line, liquid line, and from 5 to 6 it is being subcooled. Then from 6 to 7 it is the expansion process, and 7 to 1 refrigeration, evaporation, and then 1 to 2 again compression. So here we are using water intercooler which is in between the two compressors, and one liquid subcooler also we are using. We are subcooling the liquid which is refrigerant after compression, which is coming to the condenser, then it is being converted into the liquid form, and then it is being subcooled also. So subcooling is also taking place in this process. So now let us analyze the things. We will analyze it now. That is, M is the mass flow rate of the refrigerant through low pressure compression or evaporator. Then refrigerating effect, that is M into H1 minus H7, okay, or M into H1 minus H6 also. If the load on the evaporator is equivalent to Q of the refrigeration, and since 1 ton of refrigeration equal to heat absorption of 3.5 kilojoule per second, 1 TR is equal to 3.5 kilojoule per second, then M into H1 minus H6 is 3.5 Q. Our value of M can be obtained 3.5 W upon H1 minus H6 kg per second. Secondly, power required to drive the system. How much is the power required? That is work done in LP compressor plus work done in HP compressor. So M1 into H2 minus H1 plus M into H4 minus H3, or M common area H2 minus H1 plus H4 minus H3. This is because the mass flow rate of refrigerant passing through both the compressor is same. Then coefficient of performance of the system is given by refrigerating effect upon our work output in the compressor, and that is given by COP is equal to M1 H1 minus H4 M1 H1 minus H4 divided by M H2 minus H1 plus H4 minus H3, okay, or that can be written as H1 minus H6 divided by H2 minus H1 plus H4 minus H3. In that way we can find out the COP when there are two compressors used with the intercooler. Now two-stage compressor with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid flash chamber. All the three parts have been included in this, that is water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid. So we will now discuss about this. Shows the schematic diagram of the different component of the two-stage compression with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid flash chamber along with the pH diagram process involved. So we have got the two compressor here again, 1 and 2 compressors are here. This is the low pressure compression. That is from 1 it is being compressed, refrigerant is being compressed, sent to the water intercooler, it moves up, आगे जाता है वो, तो that from flash chamber also the gas comes into the gas coming from the compressor 1, both mixes over here, then they goes to the second compressor. From second compressor it is being compressed and sent to the condenser. In condenser it is being liquefied, then it is being subcooled, the liquid is being subcooled, and from there it goes to the expansion. From there it goes to the expansion valve 7 to 6, and then flash chamber. In flash chamber, part of the gas which is removed from here goes directly mixed up with the gas coming from the compressor number 1, then it goes to the compressor number 2, and the liquid part goes to the expansion valve number 2. From here it goes to the evaporator and again to the compressor. The process is thus completed. Now we shall see that on pH diagram. Let us see. This is your saturated liquid line, this is your saturated vapor line. From 1 to 2 compression is taking place in compressor number 1 to 2. Then from 2 to 3 it is being cooled in between. See, it is being cooled in the intercooler. Then 3 to 4, 3 to 4, it is mixed with the gas coming from the flash chamber, and it is mixing it at the point 4, then it is going back to the point 5. See, at this is very critical part over here, this very critical part over here. Here the gases are mixing over here. This is very critical part. From 2 to 3, it is being intercooled. From 3 to 4, it is mixed with the gas coming from the flash chamber, and from the flash chamber, it is flashed from the flash chamber. Then gas is going, part of the gas is going to the compressor number 2, and liquid is going to the evaporator through the expansion valve for the compressor number 1. Two-stage compressor with water intercooler, liquid subcooler, and liquid flash chamber. Here from 6 to 7, again we are subcooling the liquid. 6 to 7, it is beyond the saturation curve line, and from 7 to 6, expansion valve. 7 to 8 expansion valve number 1, and another part from 8, it is going to the flash chamber, and 8 to 9, 9 it is going into the another compressor, and from 9 to 10, then from 9 to 10, it is going to the liquid phase, and from here it is going to the second evaporator, and finally a refrigeration is taking place, and then it is going to the compressor number 1 again. Now, two-stage compression with water intercooler and liquid subcooler, and liquid flash chamber. The main component of the system are evaporator, low pressure compressor, a water intercooler, a high pressure compressor, a condenser, a liquid subcooler, a flash chamber, and a expansion valve. The sequence of operation is isentropic compression of saturated vapor supplied from the evaporator from the suction pressure PE to intermediate pressure PI that exit in the water intercooler and flash chamber. At exit from the compressor, the refrigerant vapor is in superheated condition, and at intermediate pressure PI. Cooling or desuperheating of the superheated vapor leaving the low pressure compressor. This cooling is at constant pressure and is accomplished in the water intercooler, where cooling medium is supplied from the external source. At exit from the water cooler, the refrigerant is still in the superheated condition corresponding to state number 3. Then mixing of the superheated vapor refrigerant leaving the water cooler at the condition number 3 with saturated vapor refrigerant supplied by the flash chamber at the condition number 9. The condition of the refrigerant after mixing correspond to state 4. Then isentropic compression of the refrigerant vapor from the intermediate pressure PI to the condenser pressure PE in the high pressure compression. Then again condensation of the high pressure refrigerant in the condenser at high constant pressure PE. During condensation, the state of refrigeration changes from superheat vapor to saturated liquid. Then subcooling of saturated liquid refrigerant by passing it through the liquid subcooler. This temperature reduction occurs at the constant pressure. Then expansion of the subcooled liquid refrigerant from the condenser and liquid subcooler pressure at PI in the flash chamber After expansion at constant enthalpy, the refrigerant mixture of the vapor and liquid is admitted to the flash chamber at state point 8. The vapor and liquid portion gets separated in the flash chamber. The vapor are withdrawn and made to mix with the superheated vapor refrigerant coming from the water intercooler. Again, next point, expansion of the liquid refrigerant from the flash chamber in the expansion valve and the subsequent evaporation of the evaporator to saturated vapor condition, and that completes the cycle. इस तरह से साइकिल जो होती है वो हमारी पूरी कंप्लीट हो जाती है. That's all.